And we begin with a Fox News alert. Almost 1 century after chemical weapons were banned by the civilized world after their horrific use in World War I, we are sadly witnessing another suspected chemical attack in Syria. Activists say at least 40 people were killed, hundreds wounded, in a targeted attack on a hospital in a rebel-held city east of Damascus. Hello, everyone, and welcome to America's News Headquarters. I'm Eric Shawn.
And I'm Marthel Neville. Many women and children are among the dead. Pictures of the horrific attack now coming into our newsroom. This incident, part of a resumed offensive by Syrian government forces after a truce with a rebel militant group was broken. Reaction is pouring in from Washington today.
This attack with chemical weapons, which are banned by international conventions, is absolutely horrific.
Clearly, there needs to be a response. There needs to be an international response.
Assad's at it again. They see us, our resolve breaking. They see our determination to stay in Syria waning. And this no accident they use chemical weapons.
And we have Fox team coverage for you. Jillian Turner is in Washington, but we begin with Connor Powell. He is live in our Mideast Bureau. Connor.
Yeah, Arthel, rescue workers from the opposition-aligned group, the White Helmets, are saying that the death toll in Douma could increase, perhaps even dramatically in the next few hours or even days. Now, the video that we're getting, it is disturbing. The video shows families, parents and children, some parents even clinging onto their children, suffocating in their homes and in an emergency shelter, many with foam in their mouths. It isn't clear what substance was used, but it does appear to be far more powerful than some of the previous chlorine attacks that we've seen. The Assad regime is denying allegations of using chemical weapons, not only this time, but all the previous accusations as well, though the U.S. and other Western powers have said there is clear evidence the Assad regime has and is using chemical weapons. The White House and other Western governments still are looking into this latest accusation right now. Douma is really the last area held by rebels in the suburb of eastern Ghouta outside of Damascus. This is an area that we've seen some of the heaviest fighting during the last 8 years during the brutal war in Syria. The last 3 or 4 months has just been a total warfare there. And Douma is one of the last areas that the rebels control there. The group that's there is a militant group. It's called the Army of Islam. They've been negotiating with the Assad regime through Russia about leaving there, but they've been pretty stringent about not actually evacuating that area like some of the other rebels. And the Assad regime, backed by Russia, has really won back most of the area held by opposition forces, not only with airstrikes, but also allegedly, and they've been accused of using chemical attacks in the past, particularly chlorine. The fighters of this Army of Islam have refused to surrender. And Arthel, one of the questions that's being asked right now is, why would the Assad regime, since they're clearly winning on the ground, why would they use chemical weapons now? Well, one of the sort of theories is there really isn't much of a price to pay internationally. The Trump administration, of course, launched 59 cruise Tomahawk missiles at an Army air base in Syria about a year ago, almost exactly a year ago. But that's really the only price to pay so far from the international community.
We'll see if that changes. Connor Powell, thank you very much.